Good morning, everyone, and today we're going to be doing some top to bottom analysis on Bitcoin USD. So, as usual, I'm starting from our 1 week time frame, and as usual, we'll start by identifying our zones. We have a zone here, we have, I believe there's a zone here as well as one here, and then finally there's a zone here. So, I believe this zone should be my time high because this is the highest. Because this is the highest point that price has reached. These other ones will be my weekly zone. So this is a weekly zone. Here we have another weekly zone, and here we have a third weekly zone. So we have another weekly zone here. So the next thing we would want to do usually is to draw a trend line. But because of the current, I believe, would I call it a break of structure, most trend lines that I can draw have been violated. So look at this. This is actually a valid 1 week trend line, but price has gone significantly below the trend line. So it should be fair enough for us to assume that the trend line has been broken. What's more, we have an impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional, impulsive. This should count as a break of structure, but the time frame is too high for us to be able to tell anything about it, even though it is really a break of structure. So let's go down to the 1 week time frame. I believe can draw a trend line from here down here like this. Let me switch to the weekly because yep. Okay, so look at this, but I will choose to draw it out on the daily time frame. So this is going to be my daily trend line, and it's going to be great. Okay, so now that we're down on the daily time frame, we also have to identify our daily zones. We have one here. We have another daily zone here. Hereabouts. We have another daily zone here. Okay, I think, and there's one here. So I think that's it for the daily zones. I've also done our daily trend line. And now the next thing is our trend origin. Okay, so our trend origin is obviously from here, because price came to this high, and since price got to this high point, price has continually been slipping lower. So this is the trend origin, and then our market structure will go something like this: impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional, impulsive, correctional, impulsive. So currently, based on my analysis of market structure, price is in a downward trend on the daily time frame. So the next thing for us to do is to identify our market structure, as our highs and our lows. So since this is a downward trend, these are my lower highs that I'm identifying with a blue line. And now we'll also identify our lower lows, but with a red line. Let's change this to red. So now these are our lower lows. Okay, so now let's delete this guy. So price is currently on an impulsive move, a bearish impulsive move. So what I'm going to do is to circle this point here, all the yellow boxes here, here, and here. Now I'll go down to the 4-hour time frame and I'll see if there any common pattern that appears within these boxes. And if there is a common pattern that appears within these boxes, then that will tell us a pattern that price prints out whenever it is switching from a correctional move to from an impulsive move to a correctional move on the daily time frame. So for one, first of all, although it's not the best W I've ever seen, we have a W here like this. Technically, there's even a smaller W here like this inside of it. So we have a W like this. As well as a gliding upwards trend line. Similarly here, even without using the line chart, you can already see that there's a clear W pattern here. You can see that there's a clear W pattern here. And then finally here, I believe this fits more with I believe this makes more sense as a range. Yep. So we have a range here. Not only that, you can also see a W pattern here like this. So this is a range followed by a W pattern. This is a W pattern. Here we also have an upward slanted range. Here we also have an upward slanted range followed by a W pattern. So what we're looking for is an upward slanted range followed by a W pattern. So what we're looking for is for price to, hold on. What we're looking for is an upward slanted range followed by, say, W pattern. So what we're hoping for to see price do, we're hoping to see price come like this, then break out and come down like this, and form this W pattern. Then maybe then we can enter a long trade. Even at that, based on our real price study just now, the price differentials are not so great. Anyways, that's it for top to bottom analysis on BTCUSD.